Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2, XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Kelton, your host. And with me, I don't have a duocaster for this game around. However, next game, I'll go ahead and grab the Zeppy to get him in as well. We've got ourselves a game tonight, Brit Brat versus Akatsuki for game number 2. Turtle Bites Show, hey, welcome, thank you for the lurk. Glad to have you. How are you doing? I think you as a couple do that show, which is pretty darn awesome. I have yet to be able to drop by and watch, but I look forward to opportunities in the future to be able to do that as Lucian, the first ban of the game. All right, second ban of the game, going to be that Fizz against Raylick. No shocker, you can ban full 5 champions versus Raylick. He's just that darn good of a player. However, I doubt that's going to be the case. Let's talk about some other champions that we could see getting banned. We've got a Thresh that could be banned against Big Time Rush. We've got a Xayah that could be banned against Arcane Vixen. On the side of Brit Brat, Crescent Reflect does play a Gragas, which he may or may not be able to get. Intra is great, both on an Azir and a Karthus. Desvelado probably going to be playing the 80 carry for the side of Akatsuki. We'll see how they do and what champions they decide to grab, as that third ban is going to be the Azir, which means I've got a strong feeling what we're going to see out of Intra. Now, he does not like to pick Karthus as a first pick in the game, so he might try to go with something else, maybe a third pick that we haven't seen him play very often. Whereas the side of Brit Brat, many gears. We don't yet know what them or Ketsuo are going to bring to the table, as they are new players. Welcome to the stream. Monkey 911 played last game. This is the Summoner's Rift game, where things are going to be a little bit different. So we'll see what they decide to do this time around, as Darius is going to be grabbed for the top side. I believe Kane Kennedy is a jungler. I believe he's played Kane before, but I'm not sure what he's going to play this time around. His Twitch is going to be that third ban from Akatsuki. Not sure who it's against, except maybe Arcane Vixen, as Intra decides to grab the Akali for the mid lane, maybe even the top lane. Feeling a bit more comfortable grabbing Akali blind into whatever the enemy team can bring to the table. Interesting stuff. Is Kane Kennedy going to be looking to hover champion here in a minute? We'll see what they decide to bring to the table. As I said, they are normally, at least I believe they played before, a jungler. This time around, could be something a little bit different. It's going to be Jhin grabbed. I don't think it's going to be traded over either. So we've got a Jhin 80 carry. Carry's good against Jhin. A handful of different things like Ezreal because of his high mobility. You've got Sivir, has decent wave clear and poke. And Xayah is going to be grabbed by Arcane Vixen. That's that comfort champion for Arcane Vixen. She says, this is what I know, this is what I'm good at, so we'll be grabbing it into the Jhin. I think that Xayah wins level 1, but Jhin for the next couple of levels is going to have a bit of a better push and overall better damage. Once we hit level 6, that's where Xayah's ultimate comes in crucial. Being able to be anti-CC, she can reset an entire fight, whether it's a 1v1 or a 5v5, with that ultimate. Moving as well is the crucial aspect to that, because she can reposition and then, with that feather recall, root people up and deal a lot of damage as she rakes through the enemy team if she can reposition well with it. Bard, the champion grab for Akatsuki. The one question on that is he's fairly squishy, so he's going to have to play really, really wisely to be able to do a lot in this game, because he doesn't want to just get shut down by a Rengar, who could try to red level 2 and then gank the bottom lane immediately afterwards. He's going to have a pretty decent jump potential out of that river brush straight into the fight. Maybe try to get an early execution on this Bard. And it's going to get an opportunity for Brit Brat to decide a support of their own at the moment. Akatsuki focusing on banning mid laners, trying to make Akali's life a little bit easier, taking people off the table, that make it difficult for Akali to play. And there's the Gragas ban against Crescent Reflex, so he's going to have to play something else in the jungle as Desvelado grabs the Irelia for the top lane. Alright, going for the resets, as well as thinking that maybe they can take on this Darius. Thing to keep in mind, Desvelado, is that the Darius is a new player, level 11. So I'm actually going to see if they're in chat at the moment for Team 2. Yes, Team 2. Yo,
no, I don't
real quick, Desvelado.
Yes.
In the top lane, if you would do me the kindest of favors and go a hair easy on this Darius, as they are a level 1 player.
I didn't know, Jake.
Okay, that's all I wanted to make sure that you weren't gonna absolutely wreck, a poor noob's life
I'll
and
only
just.
kill her like 5 times in lane match.
Okay, only 5 times. I think we can make a
Jake,
deal with
Jake,
that.
you can exceed the limit of players, right? Because I can't join my team because it's. Oh, never mind. Now there's an extra spot. Never mind.
Yeah, there's always been 6, I believe.
Yeah, no, there were 6 people in there. Just.
Oh, I see. All right. So we are back into discussing these two teams. Deadless, giving that smile face, right? Deadless knows the pain. Deadless knows the pain of being smashed in the top lane when he's like new player versus diamonds. He knows that pain all too well on his poor Yorick. So this is why I'm trying to go the extra step to make sure that new people are well known and they aren't going to be just obliterated every time that they start, as Big Time Rush didn't go the Thresh despite it being available. This says not to play the Thresh and instead pair up with the Rakan in combination with that Xayah. Interesting choice. As Raylick for the mid lane grabs LeBlanc. Good stuff out of here. Meanies, right? Alright, for the side of Brit Brat, we gotta go through the players and their champions. Many Gears taking the Darius in the top lane. Ketsuo with the Rengar in the jungle. Arcane Vixen with the Xayah in the bottom lane carry role. Big Time Rush on the support Rakan. And Raylick in that mid lane taking LeBlanc. A lot of damage, little tank. For the side of Akatsuki, we've got Intra with that Akali in the mid lane. Kane Kennedy, welcome back, playing in the Jhin in the carry role. Sock Monkey 991 with the Bard in the supportive role. Desvelado on Irelia in the top lane, and Crescent Reflect on the Lee Sin in the jungle. So interesting stuff coming out of both of these teams. Hamrat, thank you for the follow. If you're interested in playing in these games, all you have to do is use the exclamation point join to be able to hop in. Only 30 viewers. This looks legit. Thank you, Hamrat. I appreciate that. We are a bit of a smaller community, and that is okay because we are growing one of the most non-toxic and fun communities available. I appreciate the compliment on the graphics. I made pretty much all of what you see myself, as well as some pretty amazing stuff. Okay, let me ask you really quickly. If you would use the exclamation point unjoin and then join a second time with your in-game name. That way I can see your in-game name. So I can copy your name to make sure that I can pull you into the next game. That would be fantastic. You can just give me your in-game name and I'll put it down in a notepad file and invite you to game number 3, which we are doing a game after this one. Your in-game name is Hamrat? Oh, geez. That's as simple as it can be. If you would do the join Hamrat, that would be... of course that's not going to let me do that. All right, let me try this. No, all right, don't worry about it, Hamrat. I got you. I was kind of showing you what the code would look like, but don't worry about it. I can copy paste that myself. Normally, I do have a duocaster. That's where you can see Otter's name is available for duocasting, and I will have a duocaster for game number 3. But this game around, I'm going to be solo casting, and that is totally okay. I got to talk about these teams, though. Both teams are looking pretty bloody, as the side of Brit Brat really only is taking Darius as a semi-off tank, and the same for Akatsuki. You've got the Irelia that can go sort of a bruiser route. But both teams are looking to be a bloody team, especially with that engage the Rengar or the Lee Sin. These junglers hopefully will have some high impact on the action of these games. ganking multiple times over. I expect a lot of ganks towards the bottom side as Irelia, Akali, even the LeBlanc can be difficult champions to check out or try to gank when it comes to the middle of these fights, in the middle of these lanes. Wait. Deadless, have you never heard of copy pasta? It's basically just like, you know, copy paste, but instead it's copy pasta. It just changes it up a little bit. I don't know when I really picked up on that, but it's been fun. Frostbutt Irelia coming in cold. Haha, get it? Snow Day Jin, Blood Moon, or Snow Day Bard, Blood Moon Jin. A Scully Prestige Edition. That's pretty nice out of Intra. Got that KDA skin. Gonna be looking pretty hot, if I say so myself. Cosmic Dust pairing, though, from the side of Brit Brat. That is beautiful from the Xayah and Rakan. They got Skinnergy for days. That's what you want to see out of your bottom lane, as we do have a full team of skinned characters for the side of Brit Brat, which means they have a bit more skin to win. However, if I talk about these teams a little bit more when it comes to the bottom lane, I'm seeing a good early lead from the side of Brit Brat with that Xayah and Rakan. When the Xayah uses that Q, it can really reset a lot of damage on that bottom side, and Bard is going to take a pretty good chunk of damage. The question is whether or not Bard can survive the initial harassment enough to land some of those Qs, get some of the light binds down into walls or themselves or the minions, and allow Jin to get some of his own harassment through. We'll find out in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 of the night. Brit Brat versus Akatsuki. It's gonna be a good game as we load onto the Summoner's Rift. I'm excited to bring it to you. Thank you to all of those who have joined us as Bard is hopped and ready to roll. There we go. Moving out. Let's check out, of course, as we always do in the early portion of the game, what is the first Drake of the game? It's gonna be that Ocean Drake, as we see both teams heading towards the river. We'll see if there's any clashes that come through, as the Pixel Brush is always a team's favorite to fight over. But right now, it looks like Brit Brat's going to play safe and just hang out, make sure there's no invades from Akatsuki on this bottom side. Now, Ocean Drake going to be a really impactful Drake on the early side of the game, because if you pick it up before the laning phase is over, there's a really good opportunity for you to just use that to regen a lot of health and energy and stamina as, whoa, Darius decides to walk away from the top lane. Doesn't want to get gauged upon too hard. And, hey, check that out. Side of Brit Brat's already in position for their particular roles. Gotta love it. Someone's asking about a fan base. We can't call it, though. There we go as the fight breaks out already. Big time rush, taking a good chunk of damage. Fourth shot from Jin. Gonna drop him low. Almost to that 100 health mark, and I got a little catch in my throat for a second. Apologize for that. However, he should be able to recall and get out. But the greatest thing about that whole engage on the bottom side is the fact that Jin did not, Rakan did not use his flash. He actually was able to grab his E to start off with. Grand Entrance, not the best of abilities to start the game off with. However, having it to get over the wall and keep his flash was pretty crucial. So good stuff out of him. Is Desvelado in that top lane going to be taking a good chunk of damage. Wait, Many might try to go in for that kill here. He doesn't have Ignite, as he is, remember, keep in mind, a very early player. Kane Kennedy stepping forward. Arcane Vixen going to lose a lot of health. Fourth shot forces the flash out of the Arcane Vixen. So that Xayah is down flash in the bottom lane. This could lead to a Lee Sin gank early, but keep in mind, Rengar's around the corners. We got fights breaking out in every single lane. Desvelado still staying low in that top side, trying to look for an opportunity to re-engage. A Sock Monkey in the bottom lane is getting some nice harassment down. And that grenade from Jin is continuing to keep this bottom lane pushed back underneath their own turret. Rengar cleared the Krugs, decided not to engage, and head towards his own Raptors as Lee Sin is sitting around the corner looking for an opportunity to jump into the mid lane. Here he goes, looking for the gank. He hops in, misses the Sonic Wave, though. Relic gives him a little bit of thumbs up on the way out. And that bottom lane, Jin, just continue to keep pressure. But the Xayah's done a pretty decent job of keeping up in farm with these waves, as Many going to find another little bit of damage on Desvelado. However, he gets the stun and the reset off of a nice E. Let me double check the name of that. Flawless Duet. There we go. That's the name I want to be memorizing for her as Intra in that mid lane. Going to be continuing to throw out that Q to try to clear the wave. 11 farm to 13 farm in the mid lane between these two. Staying fairly even. Rakan goes in, misses the grand entrance, but Kane Kennedy's got a lot of health. Lost. Ignite gonna burn down. Ignite taking away on Arcane Vixen, but I don't think that the Xayah is going to fall. She also has heal if absolutely necessary, but that is the early power that I was talking about from the side of Brit Brat when both members... Whoa, wait, the heal comes through. Nice move from Arcane Vixen, avoiding the damage from the Q of that Bard, who's now going to be jumped on by Cody and should fall. Big time rush, picking up a kill off of that Bard. So both members from Akatsuki going down in the bottom lane. And what's even greater is that their backs have now been reset to be opposite of each other, which means the side of Brit Brat can get back in time. They're going to have a nice time in the bottom lane against Solo Jin as Q comes through from the Darius in the top side. Beautiful decimate. Takes out that Aurelia after some really good initial harassment. Probably means that I really can go a little bit more ham as Crescent Reflect going to get jumped upon by Ketsu. Fight between the junglers in the jungle. No surprising there as Aurelia just teleports back to the top lane. Flash from Lee Sin, but it's still going to go down. LeBlanc actually picks up the kill. She's going to hop in as well, trying to finish off Antra, who gets the kill on Rengar, flashing the wall to be joined by Stock Monkey, who wants to get the stun down, but LeBlanc is a very slippery champion. We'll see if Raylet can get out of this one as the Q comes through and forces the flash from that LeBlanc. Great magical journey from Sock Monkey. Resets. LeBlanc hops over the wall with that distortion, so is able to get out alive after all. But man, beautiful move by that Bard across the entire Baron pit with that magical journey. In the meantime, though, Jin has been soloing in this bottom lane, which means big time rush will be stepping forward to get some initial pressure on Grand Entrix. Once again, going to miss. Kane Kennedy good at sidestepping that. However, will be rooted up by the Xayah, and those Qs coming through from both champions are just going to tear through the Jin, take him down for a second kill on Xayah, starting off this game so strong. As Bard going to find big time rush. I don't know if... he wants to do this 1v1 between the supports, though. Sock Monkey deciding to play it safe, heads back to his own turret. But in the meantime, that wave is being cleared bit by bit. And when your ADC is losing out in this much farm, it's going to be pretty rough. Now, the greatest blessing for the side of Red Team in this bottom lane is that Jin is actually ahead in farm, as Xayah has focused a lot of her attention on actually getting kills. Does mean that she's sitting on a 450 gold bounty at the moment, so something to keep an eye on. Hey, Zeppi, not much. We're just getting into game number 2. Action is starting off pretty big. 5 kills and on side of Brit Brat, as 2 kills for Akatsuki. Means that we've got 7 kills in 5 minutes. Lee Sin finds the Sonic Wave in the mid lane. Gonna follow it up as well, but the chains come through by the LeBlanc with that red buff as well. Gonna harass him with Crescent Reflex health off as he heads out of the mid lane. And in that top lane, Many Gears gonna throw out that ultimate really early. Level 6 on Aurelia gonna come through though, and Darius decides to back away, playing a little bit safe. Needs to get those bleed stacks before using that ultimate as big time rush. Looking for an opportunity once again. Finally lands that ultimate, not ultimate, but just the grand entrance. They got the root onto the Jin. He's got 4th shot waiting, but everyone from the side of Brit Brat bottom lane still pretty healthy, so no real opportunity for Jin to engage. And as his flash and heal are both still down, he's gonna recall, and that should give the Xayah time to catch up overall in farm. As Rakan just continues to keep the pressure up in this bottom side. That's the most amazing thing out of big time rush so far in this game, is that with all the pressure he's making and all the plays, he still has 0 deaths. Oftentimes when you have someone like a Rakan who's a little bit on the squishier side, you can get a little overzealous and get dropped down, as Intra gonna step forward on this Akali, clearing the wave. Is leading in CS against this LeBlanc as well, which is pretty good as the flawless duet comes through, stunning up the Darius. He was focusing originally on the minions, but now he's going to be hit by a couple of them. Decimate going to come through, but didn't actually do as much damage as he thought that he was going to be able to do. He uses the heal to get back underneath the turret as this Aurelia is playing nice to the Darius up there, focusing on the farm. Double Darius's current farm at the moment. as they will continue to push in. Lee Sin in the enemy team's jungle, looking for a gank on Rayleigh over the wall, but can find a Rengar off to the side. We'll see how the fight breaks out as the magical journey from the Bard comes through, but he's just going to take a turret shot. Rayleigh actually picks up the Darius. The second turret shot is also going to finish off Bard, but it's only an execute crescent reflect. Going to be able to pick up one Kane Kennedy, not Arcane Kennedy. Going to try to chase down Rayleigh and find out where this LeBlanc is going. Wait for the sneaky distortions, because that is what LeBlanc is going to... Oh! No way! The W comes through from the Jhin and snipes the LeBlanc down. Beautiful, deadly flourish comes through. That was so good. Not sure why the LeBlanc didn't use the distortion to hop out of that. Maybe he just didn't think it was going to land. Either way, good move by the Jhin to the mid lane. Gets himself a kill. As Bard comes back to the bottom lane, finds the bind onto Big Time Rush. However, there's still a minion there, and so that means that the Rakan is going to be able to get out from that initial engage by the Bard, who is at the moment soloing in this bottom lane. Finds a nice stun with a little bit of harass onto the Xayah. Jhin needs to be a little bit careful. He's flanked by the Akali. No, so he's actually going to start the curtain call into this bottom lane. He's going to get a little bit of damage down onto Arcane Vixen. Fourth shot going to come through. Lines it up. Drops her low with a nice crit. Lol entry here as well. The ultimate forced out from the Xayah. However, we need to see the rest of the engage. The Ignite from Intra. Able to pick up one kill in the bottom lane as Xayah gets back underneath her turret. So she is safe for now unless the dive comes through from Akatsuki. Akatsuki, a sock monkey goes down. Ketsu finding his first kill of the game. He's going to look to reset and jump onto Intra, picking up another kill. He's got that ultimate available. Hops in, double kill for himself. Ketsu playing that selfish Rengar that we've seen so many times. As the Lee Sin might find himself in a bit of trouble, though. The pickle here, 3-2. Team members from Brit Brat bringing more members to the party. Crescent Reflect has to flash, but he's still hit by the Ethereal Chains. Ketsu coming in, may look for his third kill, gets the jump off of the brush, but Rayleigh has other plans rather than giving a third kill over to the Rengar. Grabs a third kill for the LeBlanc, and we'll pick up the blue buff as well. There are pings from Akatsuki on this bottom side. They know that the Grump is still there, though, but the rest of the team now has to just play safe and let Brit Brat take the advantage. Ooh! Close Q from the Bard, trying to steal away the Scuttle Crab. Didn't quite get it, but it was a decent play nonetheless, a decent attempt. LeBlanc trying to find Akali, however, use of the distortion. That's actually both distortions down. That means for Intra, it's time to go. It's time to go in the bottom lane for the side of Akatsuki. They decide to call it off, though, is in the mid lane. The play is also called off until Lee Sin decides to rejoin. Rayleigh going to use the distortion over the blue buff wall. In the bottom lane, Jhin catching up in farm. They've been back and forth on who's led the farm game this whole time. Arcane Vixen, under 300. Out the flash with Sock Monkey! What a beautiful play! Grabs the heal. The grenade not going to be enough to find the kill onto Arcane Vixen. The curtain call going to come through, though. The ultimate from the Bard is perfectly placed for the deadly flourish. And the curtain call from Jhin to pick up Xayah. Arcane Vixen dropping for the first time this game, and Jhin picks himself a nice amount of shutdown gold. Desvelato in the top lane finds the beautiful stun. It's just standing there letting the minions almost get that finish as Rayleigh drops to a fourth shot from Jhin, who's now on a killing spree on this bottom lane. Kane Kennedy coming up huge with the number of plays, and considering that I'm solo watching this game, we're actually going to back up and watch some of the fights on this bottom side again. I really want to see how this goes down. There's the ultimate from Sock Monkey, setting up for the Jhin to get the kill. We're going to see on the informational, the Darius is going to be going down. What I really want to see is what happened in this mid lane. They set LeBlanc low. Lee Sin starts with a kick and immediately into Sonic Wave. Nice move, drops Rayleigh low. So the LeBlanc is on the run, forced to flash as well. Gets the speed boost, but just hops into Kane Kennedy's awaiting arms and gets the last shot as she distorts over the wall, trying to desperately escape the clutches of Akatsuki in this bottom lane. This Jhin, 3-2, 600 gold bounty on his head. Feeling really well as Ketsu coming in with the ultimate onto Desvelato. Really immediately backing away from the turret, and oh! The flawless duet lands, but it's way too late as Rengar, with that Tiamat as well as Serrated Dirk, he's going straight for the damage route, tears through the Irelia, picks up a 10th kill from the side of Brit Brat. Kane Kennedy, whoa, extremely low, gets the heal from Bard, steps forward with the 4th shot just to get his speed boost away, as I don't think he wants to go any more deep against this Xayah, even if it's a 2v1 situation. He does find the root, though. Alright, I'm kind of curious on why he's sticking around so long, as Intra in the mid lane down to about half Rayleigh trying to find this Akali in the fog. It will fade away, but the chains are going to miss. Intra still losing health, a little bit here, a little bit there. Kane Kennedy healed up in the bottom lane, drops the... Oh, disrespect! Disrespect! We're going to watch that again. We're going to watch that again. Jhin, with the disrespect play in the bottom lane, starts the dance. Quickness, taunt, knockout, grand entrance. Well deserved for the side of Brit Brat, as Kane Kennedy, a little bit too confident, is going to lose his shutdown gold over to the side of... Oh, I can't actually read who it is at the moment. It's Sock Monkey's trying to defend the turret. It's extremely low. Another turret shot gonna come through, and that's actually gonna force the members of Brit Brat to back away on the bottom side, as Crescent Reflect actually perfectly dodges out on the Rengar jump, but it's still not going to be enough. Why can't I? There we go. Reset, as we want to see what's happening in the mid lane. Let's back that up again and watch what happens here in the mid lane. All right, Lee Sin coming in for a gank. Rengar gonna hop in. It's the Lee Sin hop to a ward that keeps us alive for a moment until the chains land from LeBlanc. She hops over the distortion to get the kill, and now Intra flashed on by Ketsu, as well as the other double distortion from Rayleigh, grabbing the double kill on that mid laner, and Brit Brat still doing quite well. Pick up a bottom lane first tier turret and first turret of the game. So they lead by 2,000 gold overall. There's pings onto the Ocean Drake to pick that up, which will be pretty nice for themselves. They didn't have it for the laning phase, but it'll still be great overall when it comes to the game as a whole. They're going to be focusing... Whoa, nice Bard ultimate, though. Sets up Ketsu. He's going to get extremely low. Can Bard actually take this kill? I don't think so. Jhin trying to root someone up. Many in that top lane probably going to go down. Aurelius follows Duet's going to miss. And he doesn't have the ultimate anymore, so Desvelato is just kind of baiting this Darius in. Crescent Reflect going to show up, get the shield. They want to maybe give a kill over to the Lee Sin. Sonic Wave as Nang Strike uses that Smite as well to help to guarantee the kill onto the Darius. No real surprise there. Beautiful Q out of the Bard. Sets up a double stun in the bottom lane, or in the mid lane, really, as Intra trying to step forward on this call it, find a kill. Great root, though, out of Xayah. And Ketsu is now on a killing spree, finishing off one. Hopping in, finishes off the Jhin as well. Is he going to be able to get the reset with the brush? Big time rush goes in with the quickness, and LeBlanc grabs it. Brit Brat coming up huge this game. 16-9 total kills. And with that quick 3-0 trade of kills, they're going to be feeling really good. Still, no one going for the Ocean Drake just yet, but mostly focused on finding these kills and really punishing the over-aggression out of Akatsuki. Oh my goodness, I can say this. Akatsuki, over-aggression, who just continues to push forward in situations into the areas of the map they don't have vision. If you check here to look for red vision, where's red vision? Where is the red vision? There's one ward on the top side. That is it. Not what you want to see when you're trying to invade with multiple members into the enemy team jungle. Maybe getting a little bit carried away as Sock Monkey going to land nice slow with that Q. But that is all that's going to be written at this point. As I'm trying to double check very quickly. Cosmic Binding. It isn't Light Binding, it's Cosmic Binding. Lights is Lucian's thing. Arcane Vixen going to be in trouble. Great kick from the Lee Sin. Sets up Jhin to pick up another kill as Rayleigh goes on a rampage, finishing off the Akali. Rayleigh to the back line, though, going to be hit by that Cosmic Binding. Out of Bard, dropping Rayleigh low, who has to disorder the wall, but Lee Sin gets him with the Q. Sonic Wave finds her and grabs the kill. So, a 2-for-1 trade at the moment as the curtain call from Jhin setting up big time rush. I don't think there's going to be anything more, though, as the camera did shy away. Crescent Reflect trying to chase big time rush, and the root didn't come through. This Rakan still able to use the grand entrance to get away in that top lane fight, continuing from these two, but really Irelia just leading massively in farm, giving a taste of the fight. Wait, whoa! Lee Sin finds himself a kitty cat and regrets his decision immediately afterwards. Ketsu is just being a monster on this Rengar, 6, 2, and 4. May start up taking this Ocean Drake with his 3 members of Akatsuki around the corner. We'll see if they decide to try to fight for it as the harassment in that top lane continues between these two. There we go. The fight for the Ocean Drake is started. Ketsu wants to pick it up. Antra going in. He can't find the kill, though, so Rengar still picks up the Ocean Drake, but he has to give his life over. The Rengar is going to drop from it. Antra wanting to re-engage with that E. As Arcane Vixen tries to find the root, will miss. Rayleigh off to the side on the top side. The grand entrance from Rakan, though, trying to set up Irelia, who's got a great ultimate to finish off the Rakan. She's burning away, though, from that Ignite. Looks like she will live just barely, able to survive in that last engage. So the Vanguard's edge comes through big time, giving another kill for the red team. They're still behind, but only by 1,000 gold. If the Darius is able to take this top lane turret, no, he will not. He will not. That's okay. That is A-okay. I was about to say, if the Darius is able to take that top lane turret, they might be able to keep their gold lead for a while longer, but things are closing as Intra gonna pop the passive from this LeBlanc. Sock Monkey around the corner once again, loves the engage the mid lane, but they're gonna be distracted by the clone. So Rayleigh, using that effectively, gets himself out and will start the recall. But this mid lane turret is getting pretty low for the side of Brit Brat. As Kane Kennedy, once again, going to come to the top side, going to play around a little bit with that Darius. But I think that Darius has given himself over to his own demise. Dropped the ultimate as well. Jin just going to be kind of dancing around the Darius, who was initially going for minions. Wait, Kane Kennedy. Okay, there you go. It decides that he's had enough playing around. Time to finish off the Darius. Gets the kill despite being low, and that means there's an opportunity to push that top side. Though the first tier turret is already gone up there. I really haven't cleaned it up earlier in the game. Infinity Edge and finished for her as whoa! The bar actually makes it through the wall. Oh, we gotta watch that again and slow that down and see how that exactly happened. Let's keep an eye on this Rengar as he ults and comes through the jungle. Maybe he's the boss gun? No. Okay, so he ults and he sees Sock Monkey, goes in. It's a massive amount of damage. Bard sets it up and then flashes. Rengar flashes, but he's already in the wall. That is so weird. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how the Rengar didn't hit him with the auto. But either way, Ketsu having to walk away empty-handed. But flash for flash, and Bard was able to get himself out as I clicked over a little bit too late on the recall. 18 kills, 214, even in gold, these two teams. Jin, that top lane, picked himself up a 5th kill as Intra goes in against 2 members and is able to get back out alive underneath that turret. As Lee Sin here, the Sonic Wave's going to miss. Rayleigh is a sneaky LeBlanc, trying to get back underneath that turret in the mid lane. The quickness comes through for the Rakan, and that means Lee Sin goes down. Big time rush, getting the kill credit, well deserved as well. Using that quickness charm just to make sure that Lee Sin wasn't able to chase down the LeBlanc. Irelia clearing away the enemy team's jungle, able to pick up a bit of that as Intra and Bard are here. They find a stun on the big time rush, whose shield jumps his way to safety at the moment. Rengar also backing away, so the pressure mounting from the side of red team in the mid lane. Moving forward, Ketsu going to come around the corner, going to find himself Desvelato as the flawless duet and the Vanguard's edge means Desvelato has all day resets to pick up a kill in the enemy team jungle. And now head back to the top lane, keep the Darius from pushing that one too far forward as Kane Kennedy steps forward in that mid lane, trying to take down this turret, dropping it low. Andrew going to take a bit of a chunk of damage from that distortion from LeBlanc. Definitely a worthy adversary. 7 kills and only 3 deaths. Make that 8 kills as she's able to pick up a solo kill on Jin, despite Akali sitting right there. But this Akali has no flash, ignite, or ultimate, so will be hit by that grand entrance by the Rakan. However, that knockup not going to do that much. Crescent Reflect on the run. Takes a little bit of damage as he backs away. So Akatsuki Takes a little bit of damage off that mid lane turret, but unable to get it before the rest of Brit Brat show up. And now it's their turn to try to take this mid lane turret. Nice Bard ultimate. Disengages at the moment, as many could have died to the minions in that top side. The mid lane turret is going to fall. Big time rush, trying to step forward. Crescent Reflex going in for a kill, but he might be killed himself. Knocked up and dropped down as Rengar finds Aurelia and cleans her up after she waited for the minions to finish off the Darius. Once again, puts Brit Brat in the lead as they're going to do a massive amount of damage to this mid lane. Second tier turret, Kane Kennedy, sitting off to the side, is able to finally make his way back to the mid lane, but it's Bard that's in trouble as he goes through a magical journey, getting himself to safety for the moment, throws out the binding, but is not going to be near enough. Curtain call from the Jhin, trying to set up anyone else, but there's no one else here. No! Woo! LeBlanc steps over a control ward, and Jhin says, I'll take a clean fourth shot to finish you off. Take up a 6th kill of the game. Nice moves. Intra. Gonna find Ketsu. Both have some invisibility tactics, but Rengar's got some killing tactics. And the Predator himself comes through massive, finishing off this Akali. Baron on the table. Neither team has run for it yet. Second Drake also live. It's an Infernal Drake. We'll see if either team decide to go for that one. It would be great for either team for those damage dealers, especially when it comes to the full killing potential Rengar. Jhin starting that Infernal Drake, but the side of the team says play safe. The flash forward from Jhin, trying to find a snare. Misses, so that is a huge spell used as Desperado continues to run circles around the stairs from the top side. Rengar going to come through and execute the Jhin, who is way out of position. Follows Duet, uses many gears. He's probably going to go down to minions once more. The Decimate only going to keep him alive for a bit longer. He even uses the heal to try to get out. As in the meantime, though, the blue buff not actually being fought for. It's the Infernal that was fought for. And Brit Brat pick it up. Crescent Reflex. Gonna use that magical journey of bards to get himself underneath that second tier turret. On the bottom side, Rayla hopping over walls, looking for opportunities to engage. Crescent Reflex picked off. Cleanly done once again through the quickness of big time rush. And Intra having to bounce in and out of this shroud. A little bit of damage here or there, but has to run. Doesn't get rooted up, goes in for the kill. On to Intra. Won't be able to find it though. It does go down as, man, Raylick is just playing so well. Curtain call from the Jhin onto no one. That was, oh, it was the curtain call onto the Jhin. Or on Jhin, on LeBlanc. When LeBlanc's clone was walking through there. Desperado uses the Vanguard's edge, but should be finished off. Wait, Kane Kennedy might be able to pick up a triple kill. He's got the double, looking for the chase down onto Raylick, but he's got no kill. He's got no flash as well. Raylick still sitting around Kane Kennedy, trying to get the resets off of the minions. Let's get chained up for the moment, and Raylick just bursts Jhin. Punishes him for trying to do such a ridiculous play as kill a currently 13-4 LeBlanc, who just outplays Jhin and walks away pretty happy overall. 48,000 gold to 42,000 gold. 6,000 gold lead for the side of Brit Brat. They're feeling pretty good. They've got a lot of leads. However, again, a lot of this is off of LeBlanc. If they can find a kill on this LeBlanc, and maybe even the Rengar. Okay, we're gonna watch that again. No, we gotta see it from Intra's perspective. Nope, hang on. We're gonna get this, guys. We're gonna get this. Alright, here we go. This is Intra. No vision. Walking through. Boom. Okay. So, Rengar's kind of fed. Rengar's kind of fed. The way I say Akatsuki. 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 Hold on. Let me pull out my best kawaii voice. Akatsuki. As Raylick is continuing to push down the mid lane. Yeah, when Rengar is that fed, there's not a whole lot that the enemy team can do to stop him. As binding comes from Sock Monkey, but that just says it's go time for Rayleigh to hop forward. The ultimate not going to do that much. As in the bottom lane, wait, what? Desvelato with a beautiful disarm actually outplays the Rengar. I kind of want to go back and watch that again as Rayleigh going to try to get some damage down onto Intra. He has to go golden to avoid being killed off, and instead gets a lot of damage down with that Ignite. Takes out the LeBlanc as well. Overall, despite losing the mid lane inhibitor turret, that is actually a victory for Akatsuki as Crescent Reflex steps forward, but decides not to go in as the minion wave going to block him from landing that Sonic Wave. And in the meantime, Irelia is just decimating this bottom lane second tier turret for the side of Red Team. There are pings to try to pick up that mid-tier turret, and they should be able to do that, which is going to bring the gold a little bit closer to even. Well, Zeppi, why don't you educate me as to how to say Akatsuki? Akatsuki. Which vowel is supposed to have the influence on it? Atsuki. I think it's Suki, so it's Akatsuki. Or Akatsuki. 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 Akatsuki! I have no clue. Oh, is it? Akatsuki! Or is it a yawn? Akatsuki. Sock Monkey, tries to find the bind with the Baron, but it didn't go through. His big time rush, gonna immediately jump onto Intra, who ups over the wall. Dangerous move from Akali, and the KDA Prestige Akali goes down inside the Baron pit. This Rayleigh 15-5-4 was shut down, so that was a lot of gold over to Intra, but still deadly in LeBlanc's assassination potential. As Crescent Reflex going to come to the top lane, trying to maybe finish off Many, who uses the heal a little bit early to get the speed boost out of Lee Sin, trying to avoid being chased down as the rest of the team going to come forward to defend. Here comes the bottom lane members. Can they save the Darius? They don't need to, because it's a Decimate that comes out from Darius, finishes off the Lee Sin. The curtain call from the gym, but that may be setting him up for a play, as there it is. Rakan goes forward. I saw that one coming. Big time rush with the quickness, and the grand entrance sets it up. The ultimate from Bard just misses everyone as Kali's gone again. That's second time I've seen that. Rengar? Rengar is scary, guys. Rengar is so scary. Wait, hold on. Desvelato. Rayleigh with the over-the-wall ignite. All right, little cheeky play, but they still get the kill nonetheless. Brit Brat pick up a second lane, top lane turret, and they turn onto the inhibitor in the mid lane, cleaning that up. First inhibitor of the game going to the side of blue team, as they're going to turn onto the Baron, try to shut this game out bit by bit. 5,000 gold lead. Akatsuki. Oh, it's not Suki? It's just Akatsi? Akatsuki? Akatsuki? Alright, Akatsuki. Akatsuki. You gotta capitalize the influence. Akatsuki. Yeah, I got you. Baron picked up, Rengar securing it as magical journey used by Sock Monkey, unable to save, then try to pick up the Baron. This Rengar is just insane. Just insane. Flashes forward. Yep. Okay, so here's this point of the game. As Crescent Reflex going to be finished off as well. That kick not going to do that much to save him. If Rengar touches someone, they just explode. Rengar literally just gently pokes someone and they pop. There's not a whole lot that you could do unless you're Irelia at this point and have a really nice disarm with the Vanguard's edge. It's going to be thrown out, but misses! Desvelato forced to flash away, has the GA, but doesn't even want to use it when it's facing off against 5 members of Brit Brat that comes smashing in through the mid lane with the Baron buff. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the end of the game, as everyone from the side of Akatsuki going to be stepping forward. Akatsuki. Guys, I'm terrible with these team names. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? GA burned, but it doesn't matter because the game is already over. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Brit Brat for their victory versus a team name that I cannot pronounce. And man, Knight Rider, what a game. Them one-shots be so juicy indeed. Zeppy, if you want to whisper that to me, I will happily post that. Or, do we have any mods that are currently on? I actually don't know. I don't think we have any mods. Zeno and Otter are not on. So, yeah, if you whisper it to me, I'll send it. But, GG to the side of Brit Brat. Any particular people I want to call out besides the obvious Rengar and LeBlanc that were just absolutely decimating? A shout out to Desvelado. Overall, played very nice versus the Darius in the top lane, handful of kills, but then tried to use that advantage in pressure in other lanes, and outplaying Ketsuo in the bottom lane 1v1 was a pretty nice move there as well. Kane Kennedy, a couple of really good moves, 9, 10, and 1. Just overall, decent, but man, towards the end game, died so many times to just Rengar and LeBlanc's burst. Is it League of Assassins again, guys? Is it League of Assassins? I don't know. I don't even know at this point. Obviously, Amanda, thank you for the graphics. If you really want to see, we got some more fancy graphics coming up. But we are going to switch it over to a quick marbles game as I get ready for game number 3. Don't go anywhere.